What is up, Pass family? It's your two favorite brothers, Trey
and Jay.
And today we got a special video, but we are live on Twitch right now. So if you want to go ahead and, after this, you can come over here with us.
Come on now, join the cool kids.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
We gonna jump right into it. Yesterday we got an opportunity to speak to the Warzone developers one-on-one, and it was Jay. Was it not crazy, bro?
It was life-changing, perspective shifting, and paradigm shifting as well. Because number one, huge shout out to Activision. Huge shout out to everybody there.
Huge shout out to Activision.
Creator team, PR team for even getting us in this event. It was definitely again a life-changing event because they were really transparent with us.
Very.
And
they kept it 100. Like they just kept it real with us.
Like, no, like seriously.
Kept it real with us.
Like for real. And just being able to finally match a face to, you know, a developer, like a producer, like just to actually finally be able to see them and talk to them. They were very transparent with us, and they are listening, guys. For everybody that really cares about Warzone, I promise you, they are actually trying to help and trying to fix this game. They really do care. Like, it's a lot of stuff going on with them that this is very important to them.
And again, there's a lot of stuff that we can't speak about. Like, there's some private stuff that they told us in confidentiality. So, we got to learn a lot about why Warzone is where it's at. We got to learn a lot about what kind of coding affects what and why. Like, they'll put one thing in that will have an invisible skin, or they'll do this and then the gun will have like the demon gun, or there'll be like a glitch where you fall through the map. Or like, we finally understand why it's happening. So, but to hear the explanation of what they do, what they plan on doing to fix it, it's amazing. It's absolutely mind-blowing, like what they plan to do to fix it. And like I said, I'm not about to sit and hype it up like, oh, it's just about to be the greatest thing in the world. Like, no, they made it very clear that there are going to be glitches. There's going to be, because that's exactly what coding is. It's one thing connected to another thing, connected to another thing, connected to another thing. And then something just ends up getting broken.
If it's one mishap, like one misclick, one mishap of a character, like it can mess up a lot of things.
It'll just torch everything. So, man, Jay, they were so transparent with us. Like,
they were really
they
was cussing. Like it really felt like we was just having like a regular conversation. Like it didn't feel like, you know what I mean, like an actual like meeting or anything like that.
Yeah, it didn't. It felt like people that was just like, you know what? Let's really let these content creators talk to us, like for real. Like, we've been hiding away from them. Let's let them speak to us. Let's actually show them, like, yo, it's not like they were trying to get even with us. They were just like, we are human too.
Yeah,
like, you might think that we want to work all day 24/7, but dang, like, they're human too, man. Like, when we got to finally hear their stories about like how important Warzone was to them dropping the game, you know, it changed how I felt about how I speak about the developers now, because I actually got to.
They also play Warzone as well. Yeah, they also do.
And they were honest. Like, they were honest. They were like, yo, hey, we're bots. Like, so there was
but they really do play Warzone for real. Like, it's not just a product
there, Jay, like,
or anything like that. And they just like don't play it. No, they play it.
There were other top players in there with us, and those top players were like, they were voicing their opinions about stuff, like how they wanted the game to be, you know, more competitive, or they wanted more stuff added. And the developers, being honest, they were like, yo, look, the way y'all play the game is not the way that the average person like me plays. Like, you guys are trying to maximize every broken thing you can. And most players like us, we don't even, like, they don't bunny hop. They don't tactical sprint. They don't slide cancel. They're just regularly playing COD. So when they do see like the bunny hopping, and they know they can't fix, there's no fixing that, because it's something that we have exploited so crazy that they're like, yo, even if we wanted to fix that, that would like destroy the whole foundation of the game, which it would glitch it. So it was a refreshing feeling to actually hear them be honest and say, yo, we're bots. Like, we don't play it like y'all do. So when y'all are complaining about certain things, the other everyone else is not. Like, the things that we complain about, other people are not complaining. Let's say for every 5,000 good players, there is 1 million bad players or regular players that are not experiencing half the stuff that we experience.
Contrary to what you may see on Twitch, the vast majority of the Warzone community, the player pool, are console players.
Yes.
Not PC players.
Yes.
So
that don't do the stuff that we do.
When you finally hear it from them, it really makes that light bulb cut on. Like, you may think just because you got a gaming PC that you are among the masses, and you are, but you're a puddle in a pool of water. You're a raindrop, and you have to understand that. Like, console players don't play like PC players.
No,
it's a really rare anomaly of great console players. A lot of people that the player pool of Warzone are casuals, as we've already said, and we all know this.
Right.
But to actually hear it from them, it solidified it, because it's like, okay, it makes sense now. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
And we're I know a lot of you guys that are watching the video, you're like, yo, hurry up and get to what the dev said. Only reason why we're even going through this intro is because, excuse me, to have this opportunity, it was crazy to have this opportunity in the first place, you know, and to actually speak to the devs and have other big content creators asking the same questions that Jay and I were going to ask. We all felt the same, and they made sure that we understood that they hear us. The FOV Slider For Console.
We're going to talk about that.
The frame rates for console. They hear it all, and then still trying to make the game good for PS4 and Xbox One, instead of just like, chalking it like, oh, we're on next gen, F it, y'all. Like, they're trying, but man, they were being honest. The PS4 and the Xbox, it's 10 years old. Like, it's almost, no, I'm sorry, it's not 10. It's almost 10. So it's almost 10 years old. No, the PS4 is, ooh, I almost capped so bad. The PS4 is what, 6 years old? It came out in 2014 or 2015?
Probably 2014, because I remember getting one when I think I was a junior.
So I'm assuming.
So I'd say 2014.
I'm gonna say 2014. If it's been 2014, it is 2022. That means
8 years.
It's almost 10 years. That stuff is out, bruh. The PS4 is where gaming is now. Come on. So when people want them to still out the FOV slider and stuff like that, it's not as simple as y'all think it is.
It's really not. It's really not. It's really not.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
Like, they actually explained it to us. It's really not.
Get on next gen. I'm telling y'all, get on next gen, because even for me, this is something that they didn't say, but I'm gonna tell y'all now. I really don't think that they're going to add a FOV slider on PS4 and stuff. I personally don't think that they are. They didn't say that, but I'm saying, me personally, I don't think that they are. Not to last gen, but current gen, I mean the new gen, I think they're going to. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. Now, I'm not saying it is. I said I think. I think it's going to happen. So I would tell you, get on next gen, because staying on the old gen, you're hurting yourself. Now, Jay, let's jump into like one of the first things that we were able to see. What was the first thing, Jay?
First thing that they told us is going to be improving in season 2 is the Traversal Improvements. Long story short, what that means is there will be an increased mantle height, and there's going to be a bunch of collision fixes. So, you know, we all know that our Warzone operators are supposed to be super soldiers.
Yes. That
can't climb rocks, that can't swim, you know.
They hit water and die.
You know.
That's tough.
We're not going to go down that road, but we've all been through those moments of trying to climb up a rock, and literally your character is just not doing it at all. So there have been improvements made to that. Trey, what else we got, man?
Let me add. That doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect. I just want to be honest.
Come on now.
It's not Apex. It's not when you climb up the wall. Like,
come on now.
All we know is it's an increased mantle height. So there might be some walls that we are now able to jump over that normally before your character would just be like, ugh.
Imagine if it's a Black Ops 4 jump. Oh man, that would be crazy.
Now here's the one thing. I'm not sure. We didn't get to ask this question, but with there being a difference in the mantle, I wonder if the jump is higher.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. That was a question that we didn't get to ask. And I wonder if the jump is higher and if that will affect bunny hopping. Because now the frame will change. If the jump is higher, the bunny hop initiation will now change.
Either they're going to make the jump a little bit higher, or they're going to make it to where your character can only jump higher when trying to mantle things. One of the two.
Which is going to be I guess you would have to be looking directly at it. Like you got to be looking directly up at the corner and then jump and then get the mantle notification that pops up.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So the next thing was the gas mask. Family, they said that
they've heard you.
Look, man.
They've heard us. Look, they have heard us.
We're all very passionate gamers, and we all have died to the gas mask. It doesn't matter if you are a bot, if you are a good player, if you're a legend, it doesn't matter. All of us have died to that animation.
Yep.
They have addressed it. They are getting rid of the animation. Okay? We won't have to worry about that animation anymore. If your gas mask is on, once you pick it up, it's just on. It's on now.
When you ADS, it won't be interrupted either.
No.
It won't be interrupted. We're good.
We're good.
They've heard us.
They heard us. We've yelled at them enough. They've heard us. Jay, give us the next one, man.
Next on the list was them discussing armor plates.
Yes.
And now with the improvements in season 2 for armor plates, it refills a full plate of armor before filling damage. So what I think that means is, I'm pretty sure this happened to everybody. You may get into a gunfight, or you may be running and you get shot. You always start out with fully armored. You have 3 plates of armor. If you happen to get shot and you have 1.5 pieces of armor, instead of you having to burn 2 plates of armor to only replenish 1 bar, now when you only put in 1 plate of armor, it gives you that full bar of armor. Yeah. So instead of you having 1.5, you'll have 2 with only having to need 1 plate. So that's a W in my opinion, because I feel like in in-game situations, or if it's just one of those matches, it's really hard to come across plates. The last thing you want to be stuck in is a situation where you're getting held or you're just getting shot and you're burning extra plates because you only have small bits of health taken off your armor, but because you have to use multiple plates to replenish 1 bar, you burn plates.
Wait, Jay. Oh, I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So if you have, like, let's say you have 1/4 of an armor plate.
Yeah.
When you put that plate in, you now have let's say it's a 1/4. You now have 1 plate and 1/4 of an armor plate. Instead of, it would be half your armor plate, you got to put that in, then it goes full, and then you got to put another one in, and then you got 2.
Yeah.
So it literally adds, let's say if you're trying to time something. So if you time something by 10, it goes to 100. You times it by 10 again, it goes to 1,000. So it's multiplying on itself. It's not doing addition. It's doing multiplication. So instead of it just being like, like I said, you got half an armor plate. You got to put an armor plate in, and then it gives you a full armor plate. Now you finally have a full one.
Yeah.
Then you have to armor plate again to get the second one.
Right.
They're saying now, if you're at half an armor plate, you will put 1 plate in, and it multiplies to a 1 plate half. That makes sense. I like that. I just thought about at first when you explained it to me before we did this, I was confused. Now I'm no longer confused.
So that's a W coming to season 2. Next on the list, we have vehicles. Vehicles have been addressed. We've heard you. They've heard you. I don't think they're going to be flying through buildings anymore.
No.
So.
No. I don't think they're going to be flying over you anymore. Hey, if y'all saw my Space Jam clip, like, you know what I'm talking about, man. I done had a whole ATV kill me and then take off. Like, nah, bro, I'm not doing that no more. Take that out the game, bro.
But them addressing vehicles,
they be higher than Bobby Smurda hat.
But regarding vehicles, they address in season 2, they're going to be addressing the handling and a reduction in collision of world geometry. So I'm guessing that means that the quad is going to have better handling.
Yes.
The bike is going to have better handling because, my God.
The truck, I don't like the handling of the truck. I've never liked the handling. On keyboard and mouse,
there's going to be armor truck coming in season 2 too.
Okay.
So, like, this is actually really great because I'm going to be honest, like, them Vanguard vehicles is stiff. Yeah. Them joints is stiff.
The next one is the parachute, man. They
Love it, bro.
Now you will be able to pop your parachute at a lower vertical level. Okay, so now you won't be dying so much of you jumped off a building, you try to pop your parachute or jump off a cliff, And on the game, it locks you to where you're too low to open up your parachute, but you're just high enough to die. So as soon as you hit the ground, take that broccoli, like right. So they're fixing that. You can now pop your parachute at a much lower distance, so you might not really see people splatting that much. But here's the thing. They might not splat much, but being able to pop your parachute that low means that you're gonna make that audio cue still. So that's that true. Audio cue is, you might make a mistake. Like say we're playing Rebirth and you're on prison. On prison, you can fall from the top of prison on the front side of prison where office is, we're heading to Grandy's. You can fall from there. Yeah. Here's the issue. If you press jump again, you're gonna pop your parachute and create a sound cue,
and you're gonna get stuck in animation.
So I would say now that we have this, I would tell y'all, be careful. Make sure you really take off auto deploy on your parachute so that it doesn't accidentally pop out and then you make a sound and now you've fallen and people can hear you. So be careful of that. Just to throw it out there. Just be careful.
Also, try your best to actually learn what the fall damage is in Warzone, and whether you play Caldera or Rebirth. I believe off the top of my head the distance is 10 meters, but I could be wrong. But they've actually increased the fall damage over time, so where you can fall off of higher buildings like prison onto the ground and stuff like that. But make sure you actually take the time yourself to learn the distance so that you don't get stuck in a questionable situation where you end up pulling it and you didn't have to.
I took this next one, Jay. We got restrictions. This one was for dead silence and stun grenades. And there will be no dead silence or stun grenades in Vanguard Royale.
I mean, honestly, dead silence, I already knew people, well, you know, streamers, content creators, they complain about getting dead silence killed all the time. So I'm not surprised that's being taken out, because stopping power rounds got taken out finally. Community in the game has been in a better shape since then, so I'm not against it. Stun grenades, me personally, I feel like that's a W in my opinion too, because that's one of the worst things to get caught by. Like, it doesn't really matter what you think you're about to do. Once you get hit by that stun, it's over.
Once you take it's over completely. Once you take that high blood pressure, like, it's over, bro. Like,
so me personally, I think that's a W. I think that's a W. I'm not complaining about that.
That's basically it on that, family. They just take out stuns, dead silence, that's it. Next one is the stun effect. So,
did not know this, by the way.
Yeah, this was a surprise to all of us. When you get stunned, you actually get more aim assist when you get stunned. They have now...
Your aim assist strength is stronger.
They scaled that down. You no longer get aim assist when you get stunned anymore. Jay, remember I was saying that before?
Yeah.
You have to really slide cancel and then get out of their way, because I would say this. Why every time I stun somebody, it seemed like they lock onto me more? Like, I just get killed through... So,
you've also thrown a flash at somebody too, and they've had crazy aim assists as well.
Bro, you've seen my story. Family, they are fixing that. They are fixing that. Yes.
Again, hashtag they've heard you. They've heard you.
Stuns will no longer be giving you OD aim assist anymore. That is being brought down. Jay, go ahead and take the next one, bro.
Next on the list, some things that are going to be getting nerfed in Caldera are the fighter planes and the gasoline canisters. Now, we don't know. We weren't told what's going to be getting nerfed on the fighter plane, so we're going to be, when we know, you'll know, which is pretty much when season 2 drops.
It could be either the health, it could be the speed of
the
it,
machine gun. We don't know,
or the aim assist on it too.
That too. Yeah. But gasoline canisters have been nerfed, because I've seen some clips. I've seen some crazy thing happen where Swag accidentally backed up his helicopter on a gas can and it blew up. Then I've also seen Scummin accidentally back up with a Bertha on it, and like he wasn't even necessarily close to it, but I guess the splash damage, or the case may be, just blew him up. So this is actually really great that they're nerfing these gas canisters, because I've also seen like some ridiculousness happen where streamers get into a gunfight, and before they can even push, like somebody happens to accidentally shoot the gas can, and the splash damage is really big, and it knocks them immediately, like in one hit. So that's a W. That's a W in my opinion. I think for all my people that play Caldera, all my Calderians, you guys are gonna like that. Next on the list, what we got?
Next one is the anti-air cannon is getting the buff. So if you you guys know that you know
That's the
really
little
counter
machine gun joint, right?
To the fighter jets. It's not really a counter yet, but now they're making one. So if you guys want to be able to fight that, you'll be able to use the anti-air cannons. That's big. That's really simple on that one. The final circles. Jay, they said that there will not the circles will end away from peak more often.
It's less likely now. So you know,
man, that's tough.
You won't be looking like a whole sheep.
Yeah.
Or a little goat all up against the rocks,
like
just stuck, looking dumb, looking goofy.
You won't be getting so much Simba moment while they standing over that rock looking at your dumbass.
Hashtag again. Hashtag they've heard you. They've heard you.
And this is something. This right here is coming later in the season. This next is coming later in the season.
This next stuff.
It's the next season. Like it's in the season, just later on.
Probably mid-season, whatever the case may be.
Downed. You will be able to choose how you are rezzed. Either you will be able to be prone or you will be able to be crouched. You're still laying on the ground when you're knocked, but this time you can choose. I'm pretty sure to be like on the like you'll see the B icon, like where you can sit up with crouch or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Give you an opportunity to choose. You can now choose to in 2.5 when we get to the later on in the season. You guys will be able to res either crouched or prone, and I love that. I love that.
I think that's a W in my opinion because there have been multiple occasions, circumstances, situations, even myself included, where you get picked up and you're not trying to stand up and you get picked up and get shot back down immediately. So me personally, I feel like this is a W because now this also can change the tide of a gunfight where you may get sniped and you get picked up, and instead of you popping up immediately, you can go prone or you can be crouched. And once you get picked up and you're in the crouch position, you can maybe get shots on the other team to actually give yourself time to heal, give your teammates time to flank, so on and so forth. So I really like that. I'm really glad that they added that.
And with the armor plates changing, it'll allow for you to get back into gunfights a lot more quicker.
That too.
From being in the crouch or prone position and not having to lay down afterwards, you now are able to heal up, you know, properly. And, and I feel like that's gonna change. That's gonna change everything. I feel like the armor plate situation and down resurrecting is going to change this game in a huge way.
They're making huge changes, guys. Seriously, they are making huge changes to Warzone.
So I'm gonna do the last two and put them together. So one is the gas mask. You have the ability to drop your gas mask now.
W,
so
honestly,
you your gas mask up or drop your gas mask. I don't know if that's a.
I like it because
that's a big deal, but you know.
It could change like you staying alive because let's say for example you have a gas mask with only 1 bar left and you kill somebody with a full tank gas mask. Instead of you having to burn that one, you can just drop it. Or what you could do is maybe do something crazy and like drop your gas mask right before you get into the gas and pick up a fresh one. So I don't have a problem with it.
Or you could I would see more like a team thing. Like say somebody needs to get to the buy and you only have a gas mask on you.
True.
And I can just just take mine. Here, take my gas mask. Go get what you need, and I'll meet you when you come out.
True.
Right. So I feel like
that'd actually be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be That'd
be really
cool.
cool.
Like that. And then this one together too. Armor. The armor pickup from another armor satchel. So you later in the season. I have to say this again. Later in the season, you will be able to pick up a full. If they have full plates in that armor satchel. You will be able to go to the armor satchel and take the rest of the plates out of the armor satchel for yourself.
W.
That is about to change. So mind you, there's going to be armor plates on the ground.
Yep.
Plus armor. So now there's going to be a lot of IQ going into this. After you picked up an armor satchel, right? We normally pick up an armor satchel. We have no armor plates, or we have like one armor plate that we got to put in. We put in one.
Okay.
Then you have like armor plates on the ground. Pick those up. That's great. But let's say you're getting shot at. You're in a gunfight. You have 3 armor plates on you. You waste those. 1, 2, 3. You're at 0.
Okay.
At that moment, you can play it smart. Either pick up the armor plates that's on the ground and continue to fight, or go to the armor satchel and grab the plates from the armor satchel on the ground. But remember, there's still armor plates on the ground. So even if you do fight another team, there's still more plates to go back to. You just have to keep it in your mind. Okay, I picked up the armor satchel from here, but there were still armor plates on the first floor. That to me, that's an IQ.
It's a W in my opinion, man. I'm telling you again. Hashtag they've heard you. Yeah. They look. Season 2 really could be one of them ones, bruh, where Season 2 of Warzone just takes over Storm again, where literally everybody is back on it. I'm just saying, man.
But that's it, family. Like we had said before, man, we got to talk to the developers one-on-one, speak to them. There was a lot of questions that was being asked by other top-tier content creators, and all of us were just, we were all like chill, like, you know, like even all the complaining that we do, just hearing their side of the story, hearing what's really going on. They're not just being lazy. They do hear you. They have the stats to tell you about the invisible skins, the FOV sliders, the all of that, like the crashes. They showed us a lot. They spoke about a lot. And they do hear everything. It's just not that simple, especially with COVID. We don't really understand how hard it is for them to work. They really do love what they make. They love Warzone. They love the game. So to see that they love the game, to see that they're actually working hard at the game, they're trying to fix it. And it's more so just, it's a lot of coding. It's a lot of stuff that we don't understand. And we just think like, yo, fix that, bro. Like I get stuck in the map. Like fix it. Why can't I just run? Like it's not that simple.
It's not an on and off switch.
It's not an on and off switch.
It's not, man.
So yeah,
it's
go
not.
ahead, bro.
They definitely did acknowledge an FOV slider coming over to console, and from what I remember them telling us, the reason why console possibly is not going to get one is for the simple fact that trying to stretch the game already at such a limited amount of frames on console could really cause performance issues. So they wanted to take the safer route and not do it, because they wouldn't want to add the FOV slider and then people are complaining at you're playing at 110 120 FOV, but you're playing at like 20 frames 30 frames. So, you know, sorry to all my console players, y'all kind of gotta bite that bullet. Now again, if you are on current gen, you might get one. I don't know, you might get one. They also acknowledged Xbox X playing Warzone at 120 hertz. They said that they're still, you know, working on that. We didn't get a definitive answer, but they did say that even a console running a game at that high is insane. Yeah, it's really insane. So
Mario, you gotta wait a little bit longer, bro. But Jay, that's it, man.
That's it, man.
We're live on Twitch right now. Make sure you guys go to twitch.tv/TreAndJ. Come over here and follow the channel and come spend some time with us. We're gonna have an even deeper conversation about this over there if you guys want to talk about it. So, with that being said, keep our first day blessed. We'll see y'all later. We're out here.